Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome to a unit analysis of Halloween Dorcas. He's our newest Tempest Trials unit, and man is he amazing. I'm so happy we got Dorcas alt, and it's kind of interesting that Dorcas and Mia got an alt for this Halloween. Last year the two of them appeared on the Farfetch'd banner with loot, so hopefully we'll get a loot alt. But for now, let's talk about Dorcas. This review will be going over her stats, competition, skills, allies, weaknesses, and builds. Let's begin.
I'm taking that candy.
Dorcas has 49 HP, 41 attack, 25 speed, 37 defense, and 21 resistance. He exceeds in HP, attack, and defense. His speed and resistance, however, are on the low side. His low speed is no problem, but his low resistance hurts him a lot. He has one of the highest base attacks in the game, and sadly he's a Tempest Trials unit. While Dorcas can take a hit physically, he will struggle against magical hits, but he has a lot of HP, so he could probably take at least one magical hit. The units I'm comparing Dorcas to need to fit some conditions. 1. They don't have a personal weapon, so units like Hector or Brave Ephraim aren't there. 2. They had to have a similar-ish stat line, so fast units like Amelia aren't here. That being said, the first comparison is with Sheena. Sheena is the most popular green axe unit to be on someone's armor emblem team because she appears as of 3 or 4 stars. Dorcas pretty much outclasses Sheena in almost every way. 30 attack is not that good. Sheena does have more resistance, so she can take both melee and magical hits, but she doesn't have the power to kill them without a special proc. But Sheena has access to IVs and merges, which does make her more viable in the long run, but short term, Dorcas is better. Next up is Winter Lissa. This came pretty close. In terms of neutral IVs, Lissa isn't as strong as Dorcas. They can both run Deathblow Bolt Fighter, and Dorcas would do better. However, Lissa does have more resistance, so she can be a strong mixed tank. Lissa is better than Sheena because she has more attack. And speaking of Sheena, Lissa will do better overall in the long run with IVs and merges, though it will be hard since she's a seasonal unit. Last but not least, Winter Chrom. These two came the closest, and in all honesty, whoever you invest will always be good. The stat differences are marginal, and I would say Chrom is better because of IVs, but nonetheless, they're both amazing. Chrom does have more resistance, so he will be more of a threat on the battlefield, but that doesn't render Dorcas useless. If Dorcas moves some of his speed stat to his attack or defense, maybe a little bit into resistance, then he would be a stronger competitor to Chrom. Dorcas has the Hackle Lantern. What a nice weapon name, huh? It has the same effect as other weapons on this year's Halloween banner. When he attacks, this weapon prevents the foe's cooldown from dropping. It's like Guard, but without an HP condition. It's a good weapon, and for a tanky unit like him, being able to prevent special procs is amazing. Dorcas has Swap, which is a good assist for armor units. It's interchangeable with Pivot. His A skill is the exclusive Sturdy Stance. Previously, only Legendary Ephraim had it, and I know not many people would kill him for that. If the foe initiates combat, this skill gives Dorcas +4 attack and defense. It's a solid skill that boosts his 2 best stats, and there's not much of a need to replace it, unless you want to run something like Deathblow or Disencounter. His B skill is Wary Fighter. Nowadays, Wary Fighter isn't used that often. We use Bold or Vengeful or sometimes Special Fighter, but that doesn't make it terrible. Dorcas has low speed and there's barely anyone he can double naturally, but there are so many units that can double him, so Wary Fighter will help with that. He also has a lot of HP, so he can stay in the Wary Fighter range longer. As for allies, other armor units are a big help. Zelgius can take on almost anyone, and Dorcas can cover his weaknesses. Halloween Nows can provide the fortified armor and attack speed link buff, and can cover range foes, which Dorcas can't. Legendary Tiki covers his weakness to red units and provide the with everyone buffs. Makaya can handle the red mages that wipe out Dorcas in an instant. And no one can forget Natalie. For weaknesses, hard-hitting mages are the bane of him. Even with Wary Fighter, Lilina is known for her ability to one-shot units. With the new Sacred Seal, Brazen Attack Resistance from the Tempest Trials, Celica can now have triple Brazen to her attack. Along with her high offensive stats and Ragnarok's effect, Dorcas doesn't stand a chance. Even though Dorcas has amazing attack and defense, Halloween Myrrh and Zelgius are still big threats to him. My first build is a simple budget build. With Sturdy Stance and Close Defense, Dorcas will get +10 defense. With those buffs, Bonfire will do around 25 points of damage, which is really good. Negative wise, he is mainly focused on enemy phase, which can hurt his player phase kills. Wary Fighter isn't the best skill to help drop the special cooldown, and he's still very weak in resistance. This second set focuses on making use of that high attack stat with Brave Axe, Deathblow, and Bold Fighter. Dorcas hits like a truck, and with Bold Fighter, it's like 4 trucks because he can quad. With his good bulk, he can take a hit if the foe somehow survives the first 2 hits. On a side note, Draconic Aura can be used instead of Bonfire. It doesn't matter that much, the damage is pretty much the same. If you don't have Deathblow 4, Deathblow 3 still works very well. The 2 points of attack doesn't matter that much. His third set is like Infantry Dorcas, but more. The Disencounter, Bolt Fighter, and QR combo works wonders. He can cover both ranges and phases, which is very useful. Slaying Axe's cooldown effect makes Ignis a good choice for a special. Negative wise, while he can cover both ranges, he's still very weak to magical units. Dorcas can't die now! He's making it home alive!
I'm making it home alive.
See? He's gonna get that candy back to Natalie! For a final verdict, there's no harm investing in Dorcas. He's free and comes as a 5-star. If you weren't lucky with getting any other Axe armor unit, then Dorcas is amazing. That's it for this unit analysis. I hope you all enjoyed and make sure to subscribe for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. Follow me at XL_Ty, and yeah, I don't have anything else. With all that, make sure you stay hydrated folks, and have a nice day.